Good morning, veterans, and happy Veterans Day. I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank you for your service and for your sacrifice on behalf of myself and Muskegon Community College. My name is Dr. John Selman, Provost and Executive Vice President here at Muskegon Community College. Veterans Day, as you know, is a federal holiday here in the United States, observed annually on November 11th for honoring military veterans, that is, persons who have served in the United States Armed Forces. Each year, Muskegon Community College is the host of an outstanding in-person ceremony celebrating Veterans Day for the college community and the general public. But unfortunately, this year, because of the COVID-19 pandemic and our enhanced safety protocols that we have in place here at the college, we have to have a virtual ceremony. Hopefully, we'll get past this pandemic soon, and in the near future, it won't be in this situation with in-person limitations next year. But in spite of these limitations, this year, we do have a great virtual ceremony planned for veterans today that we know that you are really going to enjoy. So thanks and welcome to all the family and friends who are here today on this Zoom showing their support for veterans too. Again, on behalf of Muskegon Community College veterans, we thank you for your service, your sacrifice for this great country and its citizens. And everyone, please stay safe, healthy, and enjoy this ceremony. Thank you.
Detail, attention. Shoulder, arms. Forward, march. Detail, halt. Post the colors. Present arms. Shoulder, arms. Assemble, move. Forward, march.
Hello, my name is Rachel Gorman, and I am the Alumni and Donor Relations Manager here at Muskegon Community College, and we'll be offering a reflection for this Veterans Day. As the daylight grows shorter and the nights get colder, even during these strange times, time is beginning to become a blur. But on this day, we can set aside time to acknowledge Veterans Day. Now for over 100 years, we have celebrated our veterans, many of whom are our own Muskegon Community College alumni. Think about the sacrifices we have all had to make this year, following rules to quarantine, social distance, and wear a mask. As we approach the holiday season, celebrations may look differently for you. Perhaps you will not be gathering with your loved ones as usual, but acknowledge how fortunate you have been to be able to spend the holidays with your family in the past, and consider that for many years and for many veterans who have given their last full measure, their husbands, wives, and children have been left behind, and they have not been able to celebrate with their families for some time. In the words of President Kennedy, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. When we think of how much our veterans and their families have done for our nation, how do we honor their sacrifice? How do we celebrate their service? How do we support them as students? I encourage you to see the strength of our veterans and their families and look for ways to help them. Let your words bring forth action. Think of their service and their sacrifice. Don't just say thank you to our veterans. Show it.
We will now hear from U.S. Army veteran Captain Dennis Cobler. Captain Cobler served in Vietnam in 1967 and in 1968. He served with the 12th Evacuation Hospital supporting the 25th Infantry Division. After his service, he moved to Muskegon, Michigan, where he practiced optometry for 49 years. Dr. Cobler has provided eye care in 12 countries during vision mission trips. He received the Michigan Special Tribute Award from Governor Blanchard and the Michigan Volunteer Award from Governor Engler. Dr. Cobler is a member of VFW Post 8846, where he serves as an honor guard. He also serves as an honor guard for the Muskegon County Council. Now, sharing how veterans have protected our way of life, U.S. Army veteran, Captain Dennis Cobler.
It is a privilege to speak to you on this Veterans Day. I have enjoyed being a student of American history as long as I can remember, even our dark side, warts and all. My father and his two brothers were in the Army, as was my father-in-law during World War II, serving in Europe. My stepfather served in the Coast Guard in the South Pacific during World War II. My brother and I were in the Army during Vietnam, and our family lost a Marine and Army cousin in Vietnam, so military service has long been part of our family's fabric. I will begin with a quote that is attributed to our 26th U.S. President, Teddy Roosevelt. He stated, and I quote, "The credit belongs to those that are actually in the arena, who strive valiantly, who know the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spend themselves in a worthy cause, who at the best knows the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if they fail while daring greatly, so their place shall never be with those cold and timid souls that know neither victory nor defeat," unquote. This profound message speaks to all facets of who and what we should strive to be, and I've used this quote on many occasions, mainly during discussions on leadership, but to me, it also speaks volumes about veterans who have entered the arena and of their sacrifice and services for our nation. This great nation was founded by people who believed in high achievement, and it was won with the efforts of those who served militarily. We continue to have these freedoms only because generation after generation of men and women has committed themselves selflessly to serve our shared country. A debt of gratitude to those veterans is surely deserved. We have hundreds of thousands of veterans that sacrifice their lives, giving up any personal potential for success and future families they may have had. Even without participation in a war zone, veterans have made sacrifices that the average civilian doesn't give pause to consider. Military life, even for a short time of one tour of duty, can have more personal sacrifices than many would think. These citizen soldiers came back to civilian life, ready to move forward and to make a place for themselves and their families. The vast majority of these veterans have become model citizens. Veterans, like our society as a whole, do have some individuals that have fallen through the cracks of life and have disruptive problems. But with that all aside, we still owe them our gratitude as well. On this day that has been set aside as Veterans Day, let us all echo the call of our 35th President, John F. Kennedy, by asking, what can we do for our country? Let us stand together to honor those who have served and to honor our country and its citizens. Let's not be bystanders of history or those cold and timid souls that President Roosevelt spoke of. Let us all be people of honor with the service attitude of our veterans. I'd like to close now by giving you another quote from a VFW magazine many years ago, author unknown, and it simply states, "To be born free is an accident. To live free is a responsibility, but to die free is an obligation." Our nation asked our veterans to live up to that obligation, and we as veterans said, we will. Thank you.
To honor all the men and women who have served our country and gave the ultimate sacrifice, their own lives, please join me now for a moment of silence. You will now experience a 21-gun salute followed by the playing of taps.
On guard! Attention! Port arms! Ready. Aim. Fire. 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 Port arms. Present arms. Order arms. Parade rest.
As we near the end of our program, we thank you for sharing your time with us today. Your commitment is sincerely appreciated. To close our program, members of the American Legion Post 9 and 297 will retire the colors.
Detail, attention. Shoulder arms. Forward march. Detail, halt. Retire the colors. Present arms. Shoulder arms. Assemble march. Forward march.